Hey guys, Norchetto here. Thanks for stopping back in. If you've been watching my last couple of videos, you will probably immediately notice a change for the better, which is this deep, sultry voice you hear. And that's because I actually got a mic that is somewhat worth a shit instead of my my headset mic. So I said I was going to work to improve the quality of the videos going forward. I hope to have better quality or something new every time I put out a new video. And this is my most recent acquisition, is this mic, and I really think it does help out a lot in terms of the quality of recording. Definitely let me know if you have any ideas for other ways to improve things. But if I don't see anything, then I'm going to keep doing whatever I can to make this stuff better and better. So there hasn't really been a whole lot of news about the Atlanta expansion team. We've had a little bit of news regarding newer rumored teams. So we are expecting an announcement about a Toronto team for Season 2. And there was rumors of a Melbourne team happening, but it looks recently like that's actually going to be for Season 3. So nothing's confirmed yet. Those are all still rumors, but based on those rumors, it looks like we won't have an Australian team next season, but they're definitely having talks for having an Australian team in Season 3. What we have been seeing a lot in the last week or so has been a lot of free agents looking for contenders or OWL teams. So these are every single one of these is a potential player for our Atlanta team. We've also had the lot of contenders series wrapping up. We had one of the greatest series of Overwatch I've ever seen, which was the Korean contenders final between Kongdu Pantera and Runaway, which fantastic. If you have time to go and watch the VOD for that, get on it. It is. I've never really been into contenders, but I stayed up till 4 a.m. watching that. It was enthralling, and I highly recommend it. And there's a good chance a lot of these players are going to be seen in OWL next season. So a lot of these people looking for teams and a lot of these faces are, in my mind, just potential players on our team. But as far as specific information, no, there has not really been a whole lot for Atlanta specific info. But the reason I'm making this video today is there has been a number of new concepts for team names, team colors, and logos and things like that. We talked about one last video, and I'm actually going to touch on that one again just so we kind of have them all consolidated into one to kind of go over and compare them. Yeah, let's jump right into it. So the first one that we kind of went over last time was the Atlanta Peach, and this is from at G_Y_Hua on Twitter. That's HWA. He said there's only one clear logo choice and only one character to represent the Atlanta Peach, and that is Widowmaker. Clearly, I'll kind of echo what I said about this one previously, which was I was taken aback with how much I actually liked the color scheme here. That bright green and peach, I didn't really, I would have never put those two together, but actually looking at it, it's striking. I really like it. It's very unique. It stands out. I am a fan. I'm a fan of this. The logo, oh, it's a peach. It's, I think the logo is much more tied to the novelty of this concept. As good of a concept as it is, and as I stated last time, the name Peach, while it ties everything together well and it does make sense based on the other teams that we have in the league right now, I expect something more, not necessarily intimidating, but maybe not peach, you know. But beyond that, I really like this concept for a number of reasons. I don't think it really hits the mark as far as what we're probably gonna see, but there's a lot of fun ideas here, and that's really important to get outside of the standard box that people have been, you know, talking about for what you would expect from an Atlanta team. Next we have from Josh, who is at Shraug, SHRAAUG on Twitter. He says, no clue what the Atlanta OWL team is going to be branded as, but here's my shot, enjoy. And he came up with the Atlanta Inferno. I really like this name. As I talked about in my potential name video, there's a lot of history to the Atlanta fire, what burned the city down, and the city was kind of reborn. There's a lot of imagery of fires, phoenix, reborn from the ashes, rising again, things like that. And this really hones in on the Inferno scheme. Now, as far as the color scheme goes, there's been a lot of call for red and black as a color scheme. That's a color you see a lot in Atlanta for a lot of their sports teams. And what Josh did here was it looks like he took that concept, but instead of strictly sticking with red and black, he took that black and made it more of a kind of a maroonish gray. And I think it works really well. I think that Orisa, who he used here, looks just positively evil. And I love it. It's very striking. I think the colors stand out well. I could see a jersey being really cool and something I would enjoy wearing. If I was to point out something I thought could be improved upon, it would be the logo. I actually still like the logo. It has it invokes that A in the background. It has the flames underneath. I wish both were more prominent about what they were. I wish you could kind of see that A a little better, and I wish the flames were a little bit more intense, you know? Beyond that, though, I think he did great work on this concept. I like that he incorporated the logo into the skin. I think he did a great job. If the team ended up being called the Inferno and this was the color scheme, I'd be a happy camper. Next up, we have at Cole Zarek with Cole Zarek Music. He said the OWL team concept is Atlanta Ascension is his. The name origin, inspired by Atlanta's historic fire of 1917, Ascension is meant to evoke a prideful sense of new life from ashes. The color palette includes a noble maroon with secondary peach color to commemorate the Peach State. Now, this is one of my favorite logos. It's pretty simple, but it really ties a lot of these ideas together. You have the phoenix from rising again. You have the peach color for the Georgia being the peach state. You have those flames coming out from the bottom. You have the letter A built into it. It's a very well thought out logo. The name's fantastic. It really ties into the history of the city. The color scheme is not something I would have not something I would have really expected or picked out, but I think it works. I think it works pretty good. But one concern with that would be he used Winston for the model of the skin, and the kind of olive drab look of the accents that are not maroon or peach. It's a miss for me. I don't think that really works. If we could change that around a little bit, I think this would be absolutely like near the top of the list for what I would want out of the Atlanta branding. But yeah, I think this is probably my favorite logo out of all of them. It just has a lot of thought put into it. One other thing that Cole did here was he didn't only make the skin, name, and logo design. He also went ahead and made a mock-up of a jersey. And I love this because he didn't go with the standard boilerplate version of the Season 1 jersey. We've heard from different sources that Blizzard is going to be looking to allow the teams to express themselves a little bit more with their uniforms in Season 2. So what he's done with this jersey is made the logo front and center. It is the main part of the front of the jersey. The name is on top of that, very clear. And he's also tied in the numbers, and it looks like player names on the sleeves, as long as the OWL logos built into the color schemes. Cole did it looks like he put a lot of thought into tying all these themes together, and he put a lot of care into this. I love the concept for the jersey, and I just think he did a fantastic job. Next we have Patsui on Twitter. That's APATSUII. He said, here is a new Overwatch League team concept for Season 2, inspired by Atlanta's history in the civil rights movement and being truly, truly American. I give you the Atlanta Freedom. So the Atlanta Freedom. I'll go ahead and say I'm not sold on the name. I can't, like, I just kind of chuckle a little bit when I hear it. It's so stereotypical, like that's what you would expect an American to want their team to be called. And While I get the where it's coming from, I just can't help but smirk when I see it. So not sold on the name. However, if you're going with that name, I think the logo he chose is absolutely amazing. You have the F with the what I assume is an eagle silhouette cut out of it. There's no direct reference to a bird in the name, but a lot of Atlanta teams have bird names, so he went ahead and tied that concept into it even without naming the team after some kind of bird. And the other thing is I mentioned earlier that a lot of Atlanta teams use red and black, and he went all in on that and made this a straight up black with a red accent skin, and it looks great. I would a lot of people have been saying that red and black is the direction to go, and seeing this McCree skin, it pretty much confirms that would look fantastic as a color scheme. It would tie everything in together with some existing Atlanta teams, and not saying it has to go that way, but I love the way this looks. I know that Pat Sui has actually done a few other team concepts for other expansion teams, so definitely check them out. Moving on. Now, this guy right here, this is from @Norchetto on Twitter. What's up? I said, my take on a team concept for the Atlanta Overwatch League team is the Atlanta Resurgence. And yes, I am aware the blue and orange will never fly in Atlanta due to Auburn and Florida. So for those that don't know, college football is huge in the South. And at UGA, the University of Georgia, their colors are red and black. And their two major rivals in the South are Auburn University and the University of Florida. Both of those use blue and orange. So while it is possible, I don't know if this color scheme will fly, but for reasons, I decided to go with the blue and orange scheme. I went ahead and picked the name Resurgence. On the Atlanta City seal, there is a phoenix and the word resurgence, which is the Latin form of resurgence, to rise again. It means to rise again. And I tied the blue and orange concept into it. I tried my best to balance the colors on this logo. I think it might still be a little too complicated, but I don't know. I think it turned out well. I like the font, and I got a lot of good feedback on this. A lot of people didn't like the name, and I'm not entirely sold on the name. I just kind of picked one out of the list to go with this scheme. I just wanted to see what a blue and orange color scheme would look like, and decided to kind of roll with it for the Atlanta team. So yeah, let me know what you think of my work. If you guys have any ideas for another color scheme or name or logo or something like that, let me know, and I'll see if I can mock something up and show you what it would look like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the concepts that I've come across for the Atlanta expansion team. I am just thirsty for information about the team, and any information that we have in the coming weeks. Expect to see another video, because I am raring to go with as much information as I can get on this team. Yeah, let me know what you think, guys, and until next time, I'll talk to you later.